All right.
Wow, I didn't even see you going. Did you? I missed the count.
Well, Gene, this is audio.
Well, I know, but I missed the countdown.
There is no.
There is no countdown.
There is no countdown. Well, Gene, this is the Midwest.
You did catch me
Sports
by surprise, though.
show.
Hello.
All right. Well, how would you act?
I didn't know when you start, but then I heard hello. Then I should have known.
All right.
But,
Well,
yeah.
Gene, it's called the Midwest.
How was your trip? How was your trip to Wisconsin?
Gene, well, we have a lot to talk about.
Go ahead.
This week, including said homestead trip.
I did not go.
Back to Wisconsin.
Although I'm going next week. There you go.
All right, always back to you.
All
Gene.
right.
Always back
Sorry.
All right, so we will we'll talk about that, and we got a lot of other news. We'll talk about what you can see on the right side of your screen.
What is that?
With new and improved, better
Look
graphics.
at all those states. Can you name them? I think I can almost name them now.
Yeah.
There's no Kansas. Kansas didn't make the cut, did they?
Well, they should look inside instead of the outside.
Yeah, that's
so,
always important.
We got a lot of news
That's
and
the Me Too movement.
yeah. All right. So my name is Chris Stotts,
Hello.
and that's Gene Steichen.
No big news coming out of Dubuque. May I say that? Okay, you're all caught up.
Yep.
Oh, I got something though. The first Iowa game is Saturday, so I'm very excited about that. They play Northern Illinois. They're from DeKalb. That's where Cindy Crawford's from. So that, and my mom's going. She's very excited. And then I will be there next week. And then I'm going to Iowa, Wisconsin. Oh, I'll be at the Packers home opener too, and the Cubs and Billy Joe. Okay, you're all caught up.
Wow,
what about you?
that's
How was
nice.
your trip? Okay, where's your? Go ahead.
Well, Gene, we're gonna do this in thematically
Okay.
order.
Okay.
And we're gonna start at the top of the list.
Oh, okay. I see Lions suck. Oh, Cubs cruising.
Oh yeah. So we'll talk about the news, and then it's gonna be the Gene, next week. Well,
Yeah.
2 weeks I guess from now is the NFL season. So. And we're going to go over the why the Detroit Lions suck.
Okay. And I also did
this
something
week.
I've never done before with
What's that?
the Packers. I bought my ticket 2 weeks ahead of time
Oh, really?
because there was a lonely ticket on StubHub, and it was way priced below all the others. And I know the ticket market in Green Bay, so I just went ahead and bought it. It was great. So I'm all set, and I'm right down by the field. So maybe when who's going to score a touchdown, they'll jump right into my arms. And I'll say, good job, buddy. And then I'll throw them back to the team.
And you're like, I'm a stock owner.
Yeah.
I'm a stock owner.
Yeah.
All right, well, Gene, but first of all, we're going to start with the Chicago Cubs.
I watched all their games. They're so good. I don't know if they're good. They're playing better. Yes, for sure. But they did just beat the Reds. That's not exactly murderer's row.
Well,
that's
well,
not
Gene,
just
as you
75.
know, the Chicago Cubs are in the middle of an epic playoff race with the rest
Yes.
of the NL Central, including the Milwaukee Brewers,
the
St. Louis Cardinals.
Cardinals are they're crazy what they're doing. And they went on this hard road trip and they won.
Yeah, so everyone's playing good except for the Brewers, including the Cubs, who seem to be on a crazy winning streak.
They've won 6 straight, which
right
ties. They've done it once before, but if they're playing. Okay, all full disclosure. This is live, so the Cubs are playing Jacob deGrom right now. So if they beat him, that'll be 7 straight, which will be the most they've ever had in this season.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. That's because they got Daniel Murphy. He seems to have been adding this far.
Pretty good. Yeah. Well, they play the Reds over the weekend,
That
and now they
helps.
get to play the Mets.
I know.
I mean, what's going on here?
But I'll tell you one thing. They had to face Noah Syndergaard and Jake DeGrom. Those are their two best,
and
maybe
beat
the
'em?
best pitchers.
Beat 'em?
Well, no, they're playing. We'll see
yeah.
about DeGrom.
Yeah.
And then, but here's where it gets interesting. Because the Cubs go on a 11-game road trip, very hard. They're in the middle of 23 games in 23 days. So, not easy. But they got a really hard road trip coming up. And then the first game back is against Milwaukee, and I'll be at that game.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
And
on a Monday night.
That could be the very.
Oh, it's
so they're right now as we speak.
okay.
They are what? How many games? 5 games.
I get the Brewers in 4.5, or I think 4.5 up on the
4.5. The Brewers are half a game behind St. Louis for a
But
wild
you're
card.
both for the wild card. Do you have the second?
The bottom spot for the wild card.
Yeah. So
Yep.
and the Dodgers are out. That's pretty amazing. Oh look, and there's a Milwaukee logo right behind you.
Oh, yeah, there you go. And we got the Brewers game in the background playing the Reds right now. So going double speed. So, all right. And then, Gene, really quick, some other, Cubs news. Yes, they did acquire Daniel Murphy from the Nats. So
very surprising.
Why could they not? Why did they not get Bryce Harper? How could they not pull this off?
I don't know. Oh, they did. I think Bryce Harper did get put on waivers, but I think they do that with a lot of players.
Yeah. So did the story come out here? What happened?
Well, they probably didn't want. Then you have to make the trade for him. I don't know if Bryce Harper was put on waivers.
They're asking too much for 6 months or whatever,
for
3 months.
1 month.
Yeah.
Yeah, for 6 weeks. 6 weeks. 6 weeks. Yeah.
All right, they got Daniel Murphy, and he seems to be paying dividends. What did they have to give up for him, though? Was it money?
No,
what?
they paid. Yeah, they paid the rest. They owe him, which is a lot to me, a common man, probably not to you. They owe him $4 million for the rest of the year, and then they gave up a prospect who wasn't very good on there. Yeah, that's it. Not much, but you see,
$4 million. That's it.
Yeah,
for like a good player like that.
And anybody could have had him. But anybody could have blocked the Cubs because the Cubs picked last when Murphy was put on waivers, but no other team claimed him.
All right,
in the National League.
All right, there you go.
That's how that works.
And then Gene, Yu Darvish.
Oh,
this is another again.
He's got to
talking about the common man.
Yeah,
he's been put to sleep.
Yeah, he's done.
He's sushi.
Oh, hey, now We're going to depend on him. We're going to depend on him next year. So he'll make up for it next year.
Okay. Well, I hope he gets rest.
Yeah. But we got Cole Hamels, so we're good.
Too bad it's not 2008.
And there's no more. Now. And he's good so far for the Cubs. Right. And there's no more Tyler Chatwood. They had to let him go figure it out in the minors. Right, well, and Chris Bryant's coming back, so I'm very optimistic.
All right. Well, Gene, how much are you guys paying Yu Darvish? $26 million a year.
$21 million for 6 years. Is that bad? He did win one game this year.
How do you feel that
his contract equals out to $21 million for every victory because he only won one game? Yeah. I don't know.
Gene, this is definitely – Gene, the Cubs will be devastated. Once Chris Bryant leaves, you guys are screwed.
Oh,
right?
He's still got 4 more – he ain't going anywhere.
What? Are the Cubs going to pay him $45 million a year?
Yes, they will. Yeah.
All right.
Plus, he's still got 3 years left on his rookie
Then you're
deal.
definitely screwed for that. Gene, then you're screwed for the next 10 years, Gene. I hope they do it.
Oh, he's got 3 more years after this one. He ain't going to. Everyone loves Chicago. You quit making trouble.
Remember a couple years ago when you're like, now, would you bring Chris Bryant up now and win 5 World Series or just 4?
Well, in 2014,
Gene, you're not going to win another World Series. Are you joking me?
I think the Cubs can win. For sure. So could the Brewers. So let me not say. Let me not.
Theo's going to bankrupt the Chicago Cubs, and he's going to move on to the next city.
No, he's not.
He's going to move on to the Mariners.
He loves the
Mets.
Cubs. He's not going anywhere for at least 3 more years.
Gene, I'm pretty accurate with a lot of these predictions, Gene. Write this down now, folks.
Why?
As soon as Chris Bryant leaves the Cubs, Theo's out of there, and he goes to the Mets. What do you think?
I think, okay, just make up stuff. Why don't you?
Where would you go? If you're Theo and you've already got Boston,
he
a
loves
World
Chicago.
Series, you've already got Chicago. Yeah, but he needs a challenge, though, right?
The Cubs
how about a budget? He needs a budget. How about that?
They're staying under the whatever they're supposed to.
What other franchise is there, really, to get a World Series in that needs one desperately?
Cleveland.
Yeah, Cleveland.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
they're pretty good anyway.
Yeah, they don't really. They just need a little extra push.
All right. He ain't going anywhere. And Chris Bryant still got 25,
Detroit,
56.
maybe? Sure,
Chris Bryant, right? After this year, still got 3 years on his rookie deal. So quit making – you're making trouble for sure. I don't know. I'm not going to put – it's slander.
All right.
Okay. I'm going to see the Cubs 3 times in the next 3 weeks. So you just watch. I'm going to see him play the Brewers twice. So you watch yourself.
Good for you.
All right. I don't know.
Are we up to date here?
Yeah.
I think we're up to date. Okay, I can turn off that thing. Okay. But Gene, we do have good news.
Oh, okay.
For the Chicago Cubs.
Always. Oh, really?
Yep. Anthony Rizzo.
Oh, he's so good.
Hit his 1,000th hit.
I saw it. It was a double. Yep.
There you go. Now, is that some sort of record, like for earliest Cub to get 1,000 hits or anything like that?
So. He was good.
So in the middle of the pack, kind of.
Yeah, but he's so great, and he's been so hot. I love him. He really, and he's got his own. He does a radio show and he doesn't walk out of his own radio show like Mr. Tom Brady. He stays there and answers all the tough questions, like Anthony, why are you guys so good? Stuff like that. He'll stay there and answer those.
The hard hitting questions, right?
Yeah, I love him. I wish I could meet him. Maybe someday. Maybe I'll meet him.
Well, you haven't. I'm sure you've yelled at him.
Yes, I've
Wrigley.
never yelled. I don't boo. Do you boo? I don't boo my. Hey, listen. I've been to a lot of. I was there when they were horrible. When they were losing 103 games, I didn't boo them. No.
When Ryan Braun was up, I yelled, "Hey, Juice Man!
Oh,
Juice Man!"
Yeah,
he deserves it. Hey,
he does.
He got popped for steroids.
Well,
Fuck him. Who cares?
Okay, if Ryan Braun played for the Cubs, then maybe I'd boo him. Yeah.
All right. Well, Gene.
Yes.
There you go. That's any more Cubs?
No, they're
Cubs
great.
info?
I hope they keep playing well. I'll tell you this. I like when they play well. For me personally. Yep, I do.
Can you see that cross out?
Yes, I do. I see it.
All right, let's move on.
Moving up to the Milwaukee Brewers.
Move up the ladder.
Brewers. Where you were at, I watched the games too.
So yes,
looking
Gene,
for you.
I was actually right after last week's show.
Yep. You flew out.
When I flew
how was your flight?
Okay. It was fine, but when you do these cheap flights, whatever, you have to make these stupid connections, man. And it's just so annoying to unpack your stuff and get in and out, and just the airplane and all that stuff. And yeah, of course, listen, I'm not gonna complain about air flight,
right?
Because it's been done to death. But not a pleasant experience. But everything was fine. Yes, Gene, I went back to Wisconsin for my brother's wedding. Madison.
I forgot. Yeah, how was the wedding? Or is that coming later?
It was good. It was actually a good time, really fun time.
Oh, nice.
So,
you're the best man.
No, I was. I was.
Oh boy.
I was the best man for his first wedding.
So
I was kind of bad luck. Maybe
he changed it up. Yeah. My brother was best man for my brother-in-law's both his weddings, and one was to my sister. So there you go.
Okay, there you go. Nothing wrong with that. So, but I flew into Milwaukee, and I usually fly into Minneapolis when I go home.
And then you take a bus.
For Christmas. But I decided to fly into Milwaukee this year and spend some me time.
Wow.
In Milwaukee, and I've not been to Milwaukee for about 12 years now, and and I usually come back. So in 2006, when I moved to LA, I left Milwaukee. I've not been back.
I've been to Milwaukee more than you.
Yeah,
wow.
probably. Well, not in consecutive days. I mean, geez.
Yeah, right,
not overall, Gene.
Yeah, no, of course not. Well, you went to college there.
Yeah, I went there. I lived there for 5 years.
You're a Panther.
Yeah, exactly. I almost bought a Panther hat too.
See.
But it's kind of a really dumb, ugly logo. So
yeah,
I
wish Panthers.
Yeah, it's kind of a cartoonish logo, but it's not a cartoonish logo. That's what's bad about it.
Right.
So, anyways, I flew into Milwaukee and I stayed at an Airbnb.
Okay, in a crack den. Where was it? Were you sleeping?
There
on
were. That's the funny thing about Milwaukee, Gene. There are a lot of dilapidated houses.
I know.
A lot of
Milwaukee,
crappy houses.
People don't know. Well. Of course, there's really nice areas in Milwaukee, a lot of great areas, and then there's areas where you have people such as Jeffrey Dahmer running around eating the citizens.
But he lived in a good area, though, I believe.
Oh,
right?
okay.
There's some good area. It's a good area now.
Okay.
But I stayed at an Airbnb. Have you ever done one of these Airbnbs, Gene?
I have. Usually when I'm with my sister, she'll rent a house, or she usually gets a house or an apartment or a loft or something.
I mean, it all depends, I guess, whose place it is. But
I haven't done it by myself. No, I have not. Is it complicated?
No, you just do the app. And although I will say this, you get to charge like this clean. There's always extra fees to all this other stuff. But I only paid like $70 a night.
That's
and
great.
It was like a condo and like kind of this apartment building. Everything was pretty much new, and all that stuff. And it's just it's kind of weird just to be like, it's like an apartment. It's like someone's apartment.
Yeah.
And it's like someone's bed and all that stuff.
I know.
But it's not the person you're renting it from. It's everyone else's bed.
Did you even meet the person, or they just leave the key?
No. So there's like a lockbox that's like connected to a cage, and then
course.
you unlock it by using your phone number. And that lockbox actually was fairly difficult to open up, and I was kind of freaking out for a second.
Yeah,
but
gotta be smarter than the lockbox.
Yeah, exactly. And so it was a pretty nice spot. It was only like 5 minutes away from Brady Street, which is kind of the the hippie counterculture street street
I'll have to go
in
there.
Milwaukee, and it was right off North Street too.
Wow.
And North Street is kind of like the bar street and all that stuff. And but I'll tell you what, it's changed quite a bit.
It has.
And there's a Standard Hotel on North Avenue.
Okay.
Like the Standard Hotel, like that kind of blows my mind because I drank.
That's the high-end wine.
Yeah, that's like the high-end hotel, and
Yeah,
it's at
yeah.
North Avenue. And I remember stumbling around drunk North Avenue, going from shitty bar to shitty bar. And now there's a Standard there.
Wow.
So
And did you see
kind of astounding.
down by the Pabst Theater? It's down the river. That's nice. Did you see the Fonzie statue?
No, I did not see that though. I did see the new Buck Stadium.
Oh,
I did not see.
It's done.
It's pretty much done. I did not see like super up close, but I drove past it a couple times, and it actually looks pretty amazing. It's like they really nailed the design.
So outside of
for the most part,
that's great.
Yeah, I should have actually kind of stopped by. But
And then,
I don't really care about the Bucks.
wasn't it great? Did you? Because you didn't have a car, right? Did you have a
No.
car?
So I just did Uber. They got Uber there.
Yeah,
Prices
they just
were.
dropped you off at the stadium.
Yeah. Well, Gene, here's the thing.
Oh,
Oops,
I
sorry.
see.
I decided to go to 2 games.
Yeah, Tuesday and Wednesday.
2 Brewers games.
Yep.
Tuesdays and Wednesday. And Tuesday was a night game, and then Wednesday was a day game. And I'm thinking to myself, well, there's got to be some sort of shuttle, some sort of way to get to Miller Park or whatever. And I just you can text your Airbnb host and say, hey, what would you suggest is like the best way to get to Miller Park? And she's like, well, if you just apparently, Gene,
Yes.
the bars,
Oh.
almost every single bar in Milwaukee has this shuttle service
Wow.
from the bar to Miller Park. So you go to these bars and you have to get a drink, obviously.
Right.
But then you get a wristband, and then you go, and most of these are like old school converted school buses,
Nice.
with
with,
chairs and
with-
sound systems and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So, you pregame, and in this case, it was a happy hour, because the game was at 7, and
Yeah.
it's happy hour started at 6.
That's great.
And I had $2 Tallboy
Oh,
Paps.
Pabst Blue Ribbon. That's
So
just the best.
yeah,
Wow.
it was, and I sat outside. It was
Right.
summertime, and
Nice.
I'll tell you what, Gene, nothing is better than that.
That is so cool. And then
Than
they
that.
shuttled you over there.
And we got on the shuttle, and they let you bring your drink onto the bus, Gene.
Wow.
How
That is great. Yeah.
pretty amazing. So you're driving through the highways or freeways of Milwaukee with the windows down, music blaring. They got the Spotify going
Yeah,
and all this
Bernie,
stuff.
Bernie the brewer masturbating in the back. Sorry.
No, Gene,
Oh,
Gene, you got to pay extra. You got to pay extra for that.
Jacksonville sausage.
I don't know what kind of shuttle you're going to, Gene.
The Johnsonville sausage guy.
Okay, all right.
No,
Gene,
sorry,
the
guys.
Cubs is the one without any pants. Should
All
I not
right,
remind
okay.
you? And Gene, so yeah, you go there and went to the game. So Gene, so we actually were looking at tickets before I left, and there's some like almost behind the plate tickets.
Right.
Now, what were they, like 50 or 60,
Yes.
or do you remember what they were?
I think
'Cause
it's
those-
somewhere in there.
Like by the middle of the day, those were gone.
Wow.
So-
People did buy
Yeah.
them.
So what I had to do was I should have bought them right then and there. But what I got slightly to the left, like row. I don't know. I think I was like seat. I don't know, whatever. But slightly to the left of home plate, and row 10.
Wow.
So I basically sat in the same spot both days, and about $45.
That's great.
All in
Hey,
each time.
that's great.
So that's the first time I ever sat that close
Isn't
to
it
a.
cool sitting up there?
It's definitely gives you a whole new appreciation of the game because you can hear the sound, you can see the ball, you can see the twist of the ball and all that stuff, and it's
neat.
it's pretty dope.
the
It's
best-
gonna be hard to
The
go.
best seats I've ever had were at the Cubs at Milwaukee in April, and I sat right behind home plate, probably
Yeah.
where you sat.
Maybe.
It was so
No, actually,
cool.
I guess I can.
Yeah.
Did I ever send you those photos? Did I send you a photo of my spot?
Yes, you did.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So they're a pretty good spot. And Gene, we were talking about this last week, but Big Tits Amy,
Oh,
Big Tits
yeah. How's she doing?
Amy, she was not there, Gene. No,
Oh.
neither one of the games.
Wow.
I wanted, Gene. I was pretty lit up by that first game I went to, and I
Yeah.
was like talking to a guy next to me who I
Oh,
didn't
that's
really
so
know.
great.
Yeah, where's Big Tits Amy? Where is she? Where's Amy? I was like, I'm gonna take a selfie with her. I'm gonna take a selfie. I
And then
definitely
what
would
did
have
it
went.
say? Did she only go to Cub games?
I didn't see her. I don't know. I don't know what happened. Maybe she didn't
I don't
care
I'll
to see
have
the Reds.
I have to watch for it because I'm going to the Cubs Brewers opening series. In
Yeah, take a
April.
selfie. Be like, you're very famous. You know
Yeah.
what? Ask her if she wants to do an interview
All right.
on the show. We
I
would
didn't-
love to
I
have her
don't
on the
know
show.
that remember
All
Maragona?
right,
Okay,
it's
go
front
ahead.
row Amy. I'm sorry, Gene. Why do you have to bring
Front
vulgarity
row. I don't know.
onto the show? Front row Amy.
Yeah, that's better than what you said. What you said was inappropriate.
All right,
Not
so
good.
the Reds actually beat them the first game, and then
Didn't they come back?
Brewers.
And whatever.
Yeah, it was a pretty good game because they kind of came back and forth, and I think the Brewers actually had bases loaded.
Who won the sausage race? The chair. What do you call the one guy never wins? The
chorizo.
Yeah, he doesn't win very often.
He's working. He's got to work. Yeah. All right, so.
Okay.
And then, so that was, I guess, pretty much it for Milwaukee. And then I took the bus back.
Oh, they take you right back to shuttle?
Oh, yeah, then they do that stuff.
That's so great.
Yeah. And then so I took the bus to La Crosse, picked up my mom. We went to Madison.
Wow.
For the wedding and all that stuff. And, Gene, you've been to Madison, right?
All the time. When I go, I'll be in Madison next week because I'm driving from Dubuque to Green Bay, and you go right through Madison. Yeah. And then we're also playing Bucky Badger in a couple weeks.
Gene, it's pretty astounding that even with that GPS, it's still impossible to get around Madison because the streets are they're pretty crazy.
That's weird because you can go through Wisconsin or Illinois and you just use a highway or something. But when you get to Madison, it is all weird.
Yeah, when you actually get inside. Well, it's because they got these rings around the Capitol, and then they got these streets in between the. It's stupid. And then, Gene, they got these road signs.
Oh boy.
In the middle of, the divide.
Yes.
Letting you know that, the intersection is coming up. But these signs are behind trees with leaves.
Oh, boy.
So you're looking for, and then there's no road signs on the streets, and then you're looking for these goddamn signs.
Right.
Like, am I supposed to take a left or a right? And then your goddamn,
wow.
Your goddamn GPS is saying 500 feet, take a right. I don't know what 500 feet looks like when I'm driving a car.
Right. And you have to factor in your speed. That's your Wisconsin tax dollars at work.
And listen, maybe it works during the wintertime when the leaves are dead and on the ground. But hey,
Wisconsin's a beautiful state, but
it's August.
Maybe we can pull together there.
Governor Walker.
Oh, is he still governor?
Yeah, still governor.
Scott Walker. He tried to run for president, but due to getting any votes in any primaries, he had to withdraw, I think.
Yep. All right, and then Gene. So the wedding was in Madison, and so I don't know if you know Madison that well.
I know it pretty well.
Okay, so there's it's called Mansion Hill.
I threw up in the entranceway to Rocky Rococo's Pizza the night before the Iowa.
That's where the reception was, actually. What a coincidence! No.
Oh,
Jesus Christ!
I know. I did that. That was back in college, and I remember I was laying on the sidewalk outside Rocky Rococo's, throwing up, and I go back to Iowa. What the hell are you doing here? Amateurs. You Hawkeye. But we did win the game. No, I know Madison a little bit. Yeah, what about it?
Yeah.
Oh, they have do you know what else? There's on Facebook, they have the turkeys, the wild turkeys of Madison. They have their own Facebook page because there's a lot of turkeys walking around Madison.
Yep.
It's very beautiful.
Yeah. I bet. And, so it was it was in a house.
Oh, okay.
Well, the reception was in a house/hotel/inn. And it was the house of the guy who designed the state capitol building.
Wow.
Of Wisconsin, which, by the way, and I read a lot about Madison history while I was there. It's the third state capital of the state because Bloomington, I guess,
Indiana?
or Bloomdale. I think Bloomingdale.
Where?
It's outside. It's like outside Milwaukee. It's like
okay.
Belmont. There you go. Belmont was the first capital.
Okay.
And then I think then something else was like the second one, and then Madison was like the final one. And then, Gene, did you know this?
I did. I bet I didn't. I'm going to admit I'm big enough to say I probably didn't know.
The dome of the Milwaukee Capitol building is steel.
Oh.
It's steel. It's not rock or anything like that.
Yeah, I was going to say, hey. I mean, what is that surprising?
Yeah, it's steel.
I don't know that much about. What did you think of Madison? What about your state?
Yeah, it's beautiful. I mean, I only come back to Wisconsin in the wintertime for Christmas and all that stuff, and it made me actually very nostalgic.
So you went
and homesick, and I'm gonna have to.
Madison.
I'm gonna have to buy a house in Milwaukee or something like that.
Oh my gosh, it's great! You can get such a good deal.
Yeah, those houses look like crap. Sure, I bet you get a house for 60 G's.
Buy a house in Racine. There you go.
Yeah.
Or
Milwaukee.
Oshkosh.
Yeah.
Oshkosh isn't too far from Madison, and Green Bay's not too far from Madison, although it's in a different direction.
Yep. And then, Gene. So we it was a fun time because we were a couple of blocks away from downtown.
Yes.
So we, the kind of adults/kids. Well, not the kids, but the adult kids. I would say that you're kid. You call whatever. You're the kids.
Right.
But we're adults now. So we went downtown, and we hit up a couple bars, and there's a cigar bar.
Wow.
in Madison. It's called Meridol or Madro or whatever like that.
Okay.
And I was like, man, isn't smoking illegal in Madison? They're like, well, yeah, but we sued the city and we got a grandfather clause. So, because they said it's part of their business, it has to be at least 20% of their business to sell cigars. So they give you like a menu and you pick your cigar and all that stuff. So fun times. But if you've already had a couple drinks and a couple glasses of wine back at the hotel, that cigar is not good for the menu. I almost stumbled back to Rocky Rococo's and
did you
pulled the gene.
No, I don't know.
I should.
Didn't the guy died?
Is that place? Yeah, he did.
I don't know.
Is that place still open? That one?
I don't know. Back. Hey, I haven't had a cigar for a long time. So
yeah, they're not. I'm not big on cigars.
Yeah, my dad used to smoke them, but I haven't been a long time.
All right. Well, Gene.
So great.
So,
that's
good times.
Hey, I love your trip. I love everything you've done so far. Awesome.
Fun time. So I enjoy myself. All right. Well, Gene, we can talk about the Brewers and move right along to actual sports. The Saint,
right.
Rosie O'Donnell will talk about my personal life show.
Oh.
I don't know. She always used to talk about that stuff.
No, I know.
Right.
Boy, it seems like there's been a fall from grace with Rosie. I mean, she's gone through some weird times.
All right. Well, Gene, the Brewers have quite a lot of news going around. We were talking about this last week, and I was in horror as we heard rumors about the Brewers picking up Matt Harvey from the Reds.
Right.
Did not happen.
Did not. Nobody did. So they must have. Why didn't the Reds put him on? Oh, I bet they did put him on waivers. But then the thing is, you can be on waivers, but then you have to also, if you pick him up, you have to trade for him.
Yeah. I have no idea how that baseball stuff works, so I'm going to take your
it
word
does.
for it.
You have to do it by August 31st. He's got to the worst teams get first bid. But then, okay, so you claim him, you have to pay his salary, which is probably a lot, and then you have to make a trade for him. So that goes into it. And plus, he's Matt Harvey. He's not very good. Not
well, for $4 million, why not? Or whatever they're paying him.
Yeah.
All right, well, Gene, but not everything's rosy.
Oh boy.
In Milwaukee.
Took a downturn.
Oh, by the way, Gene, beer at Miller Park, $6.75.
Nice
for a High Life.
That's great.
Compared to $12.
Oh yeah, I bet it regularly
Dodger Stadium.
Twice that. Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good for the Brewers.
Yep. All right. Brewers minor league pitcher Franklin Hernandez suspended for steroids.
Oh boy.
The 2018 draft picked 37th round had just been promoted last month to Helena. Well,
these guys they try to take the easy way. Haven't we always preached? Don't take the easy way. It's hard work.
Well, I'm saying work harder to hide it, right?
Oh, I see. Okay, then maybe you're right.
Hey, what's this guy's name? Franklin? What? Let me undo it. Let me just.
Oh, okay.
What was the name?
Franklin something.
Franklin. Hey, Franklin.
Oh, this is straight. Okay, this is a life lesson, Franklin. So you better listen up. I mean, there's nothing I can do.
I think I already forgot the show. Franklin, check out this movie called Icarus, and check it out.
Icarus.
Yeah. Have you seen that movie?
Who was it? I'm not. Spielberg directed it?
No, it's about this guy, and he kind of goes into the Russian doping.
Oh, okay.
Scheme.
Oh, that I know what you're talking about. Yes, I do. I did not see it, but I at least I know what you're talking about now. Yep, certainly do.
All right. I think I had a better joke, but then I think I blinked because I was not talking. It happens.
Yeah,
All right.
You can only expect to land about 15% of your jokes.
Yeah,
probably,
it's almost like
day.
There you go. And then Gene, have you ever been to Oakland Gyros in Milwaukee?
Where?
Oakland Gyros. It's kind of like a famous gyro spot on Locust.
No.
And it's always my favorite restaurant in Milwaukee.
Well, maybe I'll go next time.
It's really good. So I made a point of going to OG's and getting some food. And, Gene, let me tell you something, not as good as I remember.
Oh.
I don't know if it's just because I'm getting older. I may have a better palate.
Nostalgia caught up with you on that
but
one.
I think the tzatziki sauce, Gene.
Okay, I don't know.
You know that.
Now I'm totally out of my element.
Or the cucumber sauce or whatever it was.
Yeah, I'll take your word
I think
for
they changed it up maybe a little bit.
Right,
and
right.
I don't think it didn't have that spinach, like that green stuff in there.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. Not as good as I remember.
Yeah. Sometimes your memories, and then you see the real thing in person. It happened to me when I saw Willie Nelson on stage. I was like, oh, boy.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Gene, we can pivot to college football here.
Yeah.
In a moment. News out of Madison. Wisconsin Junior.
Boy, they suspended a bunch of the guys.
Wisconsin Junior receiver Quintez Cephas has been charged with second and third degree sexual assault after two women said he raped them in his apartment on the same night in April while they were both intoxicated to the point of incapacitation.
Oh, boy.
Per Wisconsin
That's
State Journal
where you got to draw the line.
report. The girls were on the ground of a bar, unable to stand up.
I read the story. It's sad. Not good.
Did you read his defense, Gene?
Didn't he say...
Well, Gene... he said he
had a comment. What did he say?
He said it was another Quintez Cephas.
Oh, boy.
It was another Quintez Cephas.
Oh, is that what he's going with? Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, yeah,
it wasn't him. It was the other one on campus.
Yeah, that. All right. Well.
And then, Gene, what's going on with college football, Gene?
I don't know. It starts Saturday. I'm excited. What?
It's almost like huge organizations that pull in billions of dollars are corrupt.
College football's great.
Easily corrupted.
What about the school spirit, the fight song, the fans, the tailgate?
Well, Gene,
oh my gosh,
we're going to move the menu up, and we're going to talk about the Ohio State.
Yeah, that wasn't good. I'll be like everybody else. Urban, not good. Just speak from the heart. Maybe it'll go better. I don't know.
Well, Gene, of course, a lot of bad stuff going on. One of the Ohio State assistant coaches was apparently kicking the shit out of his wife for a long time, and many people
Zach Smith.
Within the organization knew it.
Right.
After Brett McMurphy, who's a journalist, a fellow journalist.
Yeah.
fellow journalist.
Fellow.
No, a journalist. Capital J. Published his report on August 1st based on an interview with and text screenshots from Courtney Smith, the woman, the wife. Urban Meyer had a discussion with Ohio State Director of Football Operations Brian Volatini, another scumbag out of Columbus.
Wow. Let's call him like
it is.
Yeah.
In which they talked about how Meyer could delete text older than 1 year from his phone.
Wow. I know.
Wow.
That's another thing. Urban.
That's what an example.
Not good.
What an example for the kids.
Urban.
I mean, hey, Gene, they're raising men over there, Gene, at the Ohio State. They're raising men.
Yeah. They do get a nice buffet. I like Urban Meyer. I thought I did, but this was not good. This was
all right, well, Urban Meyer doesn't like paying athletes. He doesn't like paying lawyers either. So that's why he's asking his wide receivers coach, hey, what should I do with these texts?
Wow. That's not good. I mean,
yeah. Gene, all I can say, Gene, is I'm shocked that someone who makes all of his millions of dollars off unpaid student labor would act in an unscrupulous manner.
I'll tell you one thing. I knew they wouldn't fire him. There's no way.
He was suspended 3 games.
Yeah,
none of those are a Big Ten game.
Well, no, they're preseason games. Yeah, one's against TCU. That's kind of a tough one. But no, Bowling Green and someone else. And
Andy Dalton ain't playing for TCU.
Right.
I don't know.
Oh, good one. I went to that game. It was the Rose Bowl. Andy Dalton against the Wisconsin Badgers.
Yep.
Yeah.
They had a press conference.
Okay, I saw that.
Where Urban Meyer said, I want to apologize to Buckeye Nation.
Yeah, I don't think so.
And did not mention...
Apology not accepted.
Did not mention Courtney Smith, the woman who's got the shit kicked out of her.
Wow.
How about you apologize to her, Urban?
Yeah, Urban.
Did she get an apology?
A couple days later.
Her or Buckeye Nation? Well, Gene, I mean, I guess Buckeye Nation does pay your goddamn bills. But Courtney does not.
Wow. I'm with you. How do you not I don't know.
And then,
of course, they said, well, maybe he can't apologize because a lawyer told him not to. But then he ended up apologizing to her later anyway.
And he wrote a statement, which was written by a lawyer. So
yeah,
there you go.
Of course.
Yep.
Right.
All right, there you go, Gene. That's the Ohio State.
Yeah, but they got... I don't know. It's hard. If I was at Ohio State, I wouldn't want to lose my football coach either. So I don't know.
Well, Gene, he's 77-3 for God's sake.
But I would hope he wouldn't act in such a terrible fashion either. The good thing is, I went to Iowa, where we're on the up and up on everything. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. How about Britt McMurphy investigates Iowa?
I don't think so.
The quads.
Britt, you just stay out of Iowa City for now.
You're not welcome.
We do things great, like waving at the children up in the hospital.
Yeah, how can there be any corruption over there?
None. Right. Thank you.
Well, Gene, moving on over to the NFL.
Okay.
Randall Cobb. Got a little pack of news for you, folks.
Okay.
Randall Cobb Some teams have called the Packers about the availability of receiver Randall Cobb, but according to Ian Rappaport of NFL Media, the team does not have him on the trade block.
Oh.
This disputed an earlier report by Mike Lombardi of The Ringer, who said Cobb was available, with one-time Pro Bowler being shopped around, quote unquote. Of course, Gene, this is the same Mike Lombardi who said that Doug Peterson, the Eagles coach, was a terrible coach.
Yeah.
And people thought he was a joke.
Right.
Looks like, and it's not the second time he's been wrong.
Mike, you've been warned once too many for my liking.
Well, Mike, go ahead, blab your mouth all you want about other teams, but maybe you should keep
those lips flapping.
Maybe you should lay off the Packers.
Yeah,
you kind of have
maybe
a bad.
We ought to look at your record. Yeah,
you got a bad streak.
I think maybe silence would serve you well, Mike Lombardi.
All right,
you tell him.
Hey, you're welcome on the show anytime, Mike.
Right.
We'd love to have your analysis.
Yeah, tell us about how it was to work for the Patriots.
I want to hear your picks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's good at that. Is he good at that?
I don't know. He's good at sounding like he knows what he's talking about.
That's why before he got hired by Cleveland, I go, gosh, this guy's so smart. Someone should pick him up as GM, and then Cleveland did, and it was a disaster.
Yeah. All right, Gene, and then former Green Bay, current Raiders wide receiver Jordy Nelson caught a pass pre-game and ran through the Packers warm-ups to an ovation from a few Packers fans and several Packer players in Oakland.
Oh, how about that?
Gene,
I think Aaron Rodgers is going to miss him.
Gene, I'll tell you what, I'm not afraid to say that I cried. I teared up a little bit.
Oh, I'm glad Oakland's not playing in Green Bay this year. That would be sad. Jordy Nelson's so cool.
Yeah, they don't want to tackle him.
He's great.
Right. And then, Gene, former Packers, we got more Packer news here.
Oh, wow, you're full up.
Former Packers GM Ron Wolf.
How's he doing?
Will be lighting the torch at Oakland Alameda Coliseum before the Packers-Raider preseason game. Of course, this is old news.
Right.
Wolf was a longtime Raiders executive, as many people know, and is being honored tonight. What a great, tribute.
Yeah.
And he was later stabbed in the parking lot. So.
Oh, okay. That one was good. Good one.
Yep.
Yeah, make commentary on the Oakland
fans. Yeah, but a preseason game, Gene.
Right,
Jesus Christ! I mean, hey, Gene, we're gonna honor you at a football game.
Right.
Wait, when is it? Opening day?
Yeah.
Maybe the last game of the year? No. July 4th? Labor Day? No. Preseason. The third preseason game.
Right.
You mean a lot. You meant a lot.
Yeah. You're in our hearts forever, Ron.
Yeah. All right. And then, Gene, more Midwest sports news. The Browns.
Oh, boy. I hope they're better.
Baker Mayfield has his picture taken next to a Bentley and a white tiger. Did you see this?
Yes,
shirtless?
I did. I did see it. Mm-hmm.
Gene, what's going on?
I don't know. Marketing? I don't know what's he up to?
Do these guys just get tricked? I mean, no. I mean, I understand, A-Rod gets tricked into, kissing, the mirror and all that stuff and looking like an idiot and all that because they're just doing, 1,000 shots. They're like, oh, no, kiss the mirror now, blah, blah, blah. But this guy this is his own stuff, right? This is his own shot. Right. He designed this set himself. So, Jane, how would you feel?
I don't think I'd
if Mike Trubisky
wanted
to take a photograph,
Mitch
Trubisky.
Yeah.
You know how much I love sports, Gene.
I know.
Mitch Trubisky
pulse on it.
Requested a feline.
Right.
And a Bentley.
Yeah.
What's your gut reaction?
I don't know. I'd be worried. I'm worried about him anyway. I think they're going to have some problems.
All right.
Yeah.
And then,
I don't know. The Packers, the Bears, I think they might be in trouble on the opening night.
Browns offensive lineman coach Bob Wiley, stretching is overrated because we won World War II without the guys stretching.
He's
Yikes.
Kind of a hefty fella himself.
Yeah. All right. Funny. You know what? They probably did stretch, Gene.
Yeah.
I think they knew about stretching back in the 40s. Okay. And Gene, Travis Frederick. Now, who's Travis Frederick?
I don't know. Who is Travis
Frederick? He's a former Wisconsin offensive lineman, current Dallas offensive lineman.
Okay.
Has Guillain-Barré syndrome, a rare neurological
yeah,
disorder
I do know that,
in which the body's immune system attacks the peripheral
Boy, that's tough.
nervous system.
Oh.
And who knows if he's going to be able to play again. Mark Schlereth used to have this, I guess, apparently.
That's some rough.
Gene, see what happens when you start playing for Jerry Jones? Your whole soul gets corrupted.
I don't know if I want to blame Jerry on this one, but yeah, go ahead if you want. Yeah.
All right. And then, Gene, Matt Stafford. Does this go
How's
up
he
anymore?
doing? It should be a big year for him. People are hoping.
Well, wait, he makes $5 million more? Well, I shouldn't get it myself, but Matt Stafford slipped on an out-of-bounds tarp.
Oh, okay.
Twist an ankle.
Right.
Jim, when are we... Again, I would sue these. I would sue these stadiums for $500 million if I was one of these players. If I was Reggie Bush, I mean, he probably did get a lot of money.
Right.
But I mean, just
Reggie did.
Hey, let's have exposed concrete with a bunch of guys with cleats on. Yeah, sounds good.
Hey,
sounds
listen.
good.
If I fell in a grocery store and I ended up in a wheelchair, I wouldn't sue. I would say.
Your fault.
Guys,
my fault.
Yeah, my bad. Sorry. You guys go ahead with what you're doing. I'm fine.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I'm not the litigious sort. I don't find myself.
Yeah.
I don't find myself in court
There's
very often.
there's baseball games to attend, right? Cubs
Right.
games.
That's right.
They have wheelchair access.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's right.
All right, Gene, and then Roswell Park Cancer Center.
Oh boy.
Will now. Oops.
Oh, that was great. See, this is a heartwarming story. What Andy Dalton did.
It's not all dark.
Yeah.
Will now have a Andrew something Jones, I think, Dalton Foundation.
Yeah.
Maybe Jonathan Hub to help entertain families and kids while they are here for treatment. Well, Gene, let's not get too ahead of it. I mean, it's a PlayStation, all right? It's a PlayStation 2.
I'll stay.
All right, it's a TV and a PlayStation 2. Okay.
You leave it to others to get ahead themselves.
There's like 5 games.
I'm staying in place. Yeah.
And Andy actually had a nice video of him. They played in Buffalo. Andy Dalton will be forever cemented in Buffalo.
All right, let's win a playoff game, Andy. Okay. Then we'll mean more. But although Buffalo loves
that's nice. Of course, he they beat. It was the what do you call it? The Ravens, right? They got the Bills,
right.
So everyone donated to his
they loved it.
foundation.
Sure.
So all right, good stuff by Andy.
Good job, Andy.
By the way, he only gives treatment to red-haired kids too. So if you have cancer but you got brown hair, you're shit out of luck, and you're in Buffalo.
Yeah,
gotta have red hair.
Very sympathetic of you.
Because red hair people very racist.
Hey, listen, if I had red hair, I'd go with it. Yeah, no problem.
All right, Gene. Adrian Peterson.
Oh boy, he might make the team now, won't he? Will he?
Well, he got signed by the Redskins, and the other day he played quite a bit. And I guess he played. I think he had 7 straight snaps or something like that. And people are acting like he's a rookie, like fresh out of rookie or whatever, like he's rejuvenated. All right, AP.
Slow your roll there, AP.
All right. Gene's losing steam here now.
No. Like Adrian, save your money. Please be saving your money.
Yes, save your energy, Adrian.
You're gonna need it. He's gonna need his money. If
he probably impregnated a woman after that.
Although,
game.
Did you see Eddie Murphy? He's gonna have his 10th. Who knew he had 10 kids with a bunch of different women? But that's a lot. I don't know. That seems like a lot.
Yeah, stop at 3, maybe.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I mean, you just move on to what he does. Then you move on to another woman and then you have more kids. Yes?
Gene, Mike Florio.
How's he doing? I read his stuff, Pro Football Talk.
Pro Football Talk recently tweeted out a story suggesting playing 18 games during the expanding them to 18 games.
Right.
But players only being allowed to play 16.
Oh, my gosh. How you get that? That seems a little...
Gene, where have I heard this idea before?
Wow.
Do you not remember me suggesting this maybe, 2-3 years ago on this show?
This story, that makes no sense. You can't do that.
What do you mean?
Well, how you get... Okay, whatever.
Well, you only let them play 16 games, and then there's a nice little GM markment, or whatever you call it. GM, GM-ship, right? Game going on where you have to rest, you'll play them, who are you going to play, who are you going to rest, blah, 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 blah. You have to have a really good backup quarterback?
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, that's way too revolutionary. Revolutionary?
Yeah, but yeah.
Well,
hey, it's all about the money, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I'd less gain for the players.
Anyways, my point is, folks, a lot of people don't take this show very seriously. It seems like a lot of high high-profile people, Gene, are plucking the ideas that I'm shooting out there.
Are you throwing this at Drew McGarry?
Drew McGarry. I mean,
Simmons.
Bill Simmons. It goes on and on.
Mike Florio.
Yeah, Florio.
Mike Lombardi.
Okay.
Andy Dalton.
I just The Onion.
What's his name? J.J. Redick.
Yeah, sure. All right, Gene. Well, Gene, it's come to that time.
Oh my! Is this the last team in the division to suck
for the NFL North? Yeah. So I was thinking about doing the Chiefs, but who wants to do the Chiefs, right?
No.
I think did we do the Browns? I think we did the Browns.
Yeah, you already did the Browns.
All right, so we will do the Lions here, and maybe we'll do another one. Oh, we'll do the Vikings. No, we got the Vikings next week.
And that's Drew McGarry's team. So
so hopefully he does it before Monday. So I mean the game starts on Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Next week. So.
Week from Thursday. That's right.
Yep.
You're so right. Yeah, it's New England. No, Philadelphia versus
this is
Atlanta.
Else. It's Atlanta.
I'm not sure who they're playing. But
so these are letters. Again, this is part of Drew McGarry's "Why Your Favorite Team Sucks." These are he takes every team in the NFL, mocks them, and he invites letters from NFL football fans.
These have not been doctored in any way, have they?
Well, Gene, you can definitely tell some of these are written by people who know nothing about football.
Okay,
I know nothing about the Lions. But Gene, I've culled those. I've culled the best ones.
Culled.
Yes, and I think we have the real deal McCoy.
Okay.
Right here. So, Gene, we're going to start off with Arthur.
Arthur.
I emigrated from Ukraine to Detroit with my parents in 1991 in order to escape the oppressive, depressing, collapsing empire of the Soviet Union. And then we became Lions fans and felt like we were instantly back in the old country. Yikes.
That's good. That's great. That's going to be a hard one to top.
Lions makes you nostalgic for Stalin.
Yeah, that's
a good tagline.
That's going to be really
good
hard to top. Unless there's someone from...
Kane.
Oh.
Kane. Oh, by the way, Kane? Who the hell's named Kane? Give me a break.
Yeah.
My fiance... Oh, this is good. My fiance got me a Matt Prater jersey for Christmas because all she hears me say is he is the most dependable person on the team and has never let me down. Gene, can you imagine getting a Matt Prater jersey? Some loving person spent $250 on a Matt Prater jersey?
I cannot imagine that. That's how they do it when you're under oath. They go, I cannot imagine that. Can I sit back? No, I don't.
Genie, this is not a hearing. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Sit back. It's not a congressional hearing.
No, I can't imagine that though.
All right, Stephen or Stefan.
Stefan, please state your name for the record.
I hate the Lions the way a son hates his alcoholic father for never showing up to his little league games. Always promising this time will be better, yet finding new and devastating ways to disappoint. That cuts deep. Adam says, fuck Matt Patricia with a fire hose full of Flint water.
Wow.
Yikes.
Too much anger in your life there, Adam.
Christian says...
this would be better. His name's Christian.
Yeah, these assholes haven't won the division in my life.
I'm corrected. Stand corrected.
Haven't won the division in my life. Haven't hosted a playoff game in my life. And haven't won a playoff game in my life. Yep. But this kid's young, though, right?
Right.
All right. Brian, last year, Blake fucking Bortles won more playoff games than this entire slapdick franchise has in the last 52 years. Stafford is 6-51 against teams with a winning record in his career. 6-51. Hard to believe that. This is a playoff team that's been to the playoffs a couple times, right? Nick, Ford Field is the only 3 safe blocks of Detroit. Matthew Stafford made $5 million more than Aaron Rodgers did last year. That will change. That will change. All right, Ryan. Do you know how the Cubs doing? Are we still 0-0?
I'm not. I'm
it's
just
kind of blurry.
I'm all paying attention to you. Okay. The Cubs happen to be playing the Mets. Jacob deGrom versus Cole Hamels.
There's no score, though, right?
No score.
All right, Ryan says...
I wouldn't know that. I'm just guessing. I'm guessing.
Ryan says, we're the Tiffany Trump of the NFC North. We're not even relevant enough to be Eric.
Oh.
Ouch. David, we are perpetually the losing team in the background of a Madden Mutant Turkey pick.
Wow.
So
I like that.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
that's
good.
observant. Basically, they're saying the crazy turkey that they show during the Thanksgiving game.
Yeah.
It's always footage of the Lions getting their asses kicked by the winning players.
The turducken.
Yeah,
where
the
you put the
turducken.
duck. Have you ever had that?
No, I have not. That can't be good though, right?
I don't know. I've never had it. Yeah.
All right. Derek, I live in Central Ohio, Columbus area. I am surrounded by Browns and Bengals fans. When I tell people that I am a Lions fan, they all look at me like I have some incurable disease where I need their pity. They are kind of right.
That's harsh.
Joshua says Reggie Bush was the last Lions player to rush for 1,000 yards in 2013. In 2018, Gene. Before that was Kevin Jones in 2004.
Wow.
Yikes. Walker, we finally parted ways with Eric Epron, and our TE situation is somehow significantly worse. I don't know what their I don't know who their tight end is.
Yeah.
Kaya. This team humped DeAndre Levy's, truly thoughtful, inspiring, and necessary, by the way, local Activision all season long, then made him play on one leg, declared him healthy, and cut him. Thad says the Lions managed to sweep the Packers for the first time in over 25 years.
Oh.
Did Aaron Rodgers play in either of those games? No, he did not. Instead, it was just a bunch of pigeons taped together in a Packers uniform.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Neil says, part of me is really excited to see another New England assistant to find out how in over their head they are as a head coach. All right.
Yep.
Donovan.
Hey, now there you go. This guy, he's got to have a positive attitude.
Donovan. My boy, B-O-I, Wiley, is a lifelong Detroit Lions fan. Wiley is the saddest fuck I know.
Oh, boy. There's no getting around that.
Jake. Jake, I was devastated when the Chargers and Rams both moved to Los Angeles. It was my dream that the Lions would move and I could just be done with it all. It would have been glorious.
Wow.
Jeff, the Lions have been in the same division as the Bears, Packers, and Vikings since the early 60s. Not one of those teams bothers to see them as a rival. Gene, that's a good point. Do you see the Lions as a rival? Do you care?
Not really. I mean, this is in 1958. When did they win? Didn't they win?
Can you name one big Lions-Bears game? I mean, Lions-Packers game? I mean, I'm sure there was a crazy game where...
I remember a Thanksgiving game where the Bears, I think they ran back in overtime, they ran back the kickoff for a touchdown.
What was it, like Devin Hester probably or something like that?
It was a long time ago. I don't know.
But it wasn't like that was the Lions.
No,
that was the return game. You guys were both probably 4-7 at the time or something. Yeah. Gene. I'm sure there's some crazy games that Barry Sanders went loose, but I mean, what is the Barry Sanders game, right? We all know the Beast Mode game, right?
Right. Yeah.
But there's no Barry Sanders game, although.
So.
Yeah. All right. Maybe there is, and maybe we just don't know.
Yeah.
We
didn't live the pain.
Patrick, our career coaching wins leader, Wayne Fontes,
Wayne Fontes,
lost more games than he won. All right, there you go. Not good. Ryan, I used to wear that 2016 season as a badge of honor. Now that the Browns have done it, I'm ashamed. Now we share that feat with the Browns. The goddamn Browns, fuck. Ouch. Clint, every year I put $50 on the Lions to win the Super Bowl. It's less of a bet and more of a burnt offering, a prayer to the gods. Anyway, last year the guy at the Vegas sports book who took my money smirked a bit when I told him what I wanted. Feeling sheepish, I said, it has to happen sometime, right? He handed back the ticket and said, not really. Fuck that guy. He's absolutely right, but fuck him anyways. Yep.
A lot of harsh language coming out of the fans. They're not happy. They've been through a lot, so hang in there, fans.
Mm-hmm. All right, Pete. All right, I'll make this quick. We only got a couple more here. Yeah. The most exciting thing that happened since last season was drafting a center that, like 3 other teams wanted, and you'd have thought they drafted the mule that kicked field goals. I like that.
Yeah, the old Disney. I think it was a Disney film. Yeah.
Yep. All right. The players who knelt during the national anthem were roundly booed by the people whose livelihood is thanks to the UAW, the auto. The United Auto Workers.
Yeah.
Ignorant, servile morons whose parents left the city in 1967 and complain about how lazy black people are, yet can't seem to fix the vinyl siding on their shitty suburban house because they spent what little fucking money they have buying chili fries at Kid Rock's new restaurant at a publicly funded stadium. The other billionaire bilked out of the city. Seriously, just Google school conditions in Detroit and set yourself on fire as you look at the fucking deplorable conditions children endure while going to school. Also, that Rob and Tammy can cruise down Woodward Avenue in their 1967 Ford Falcon and talk about how great it was when Werner's ginger ale was a nickel.
Wow. Very wordy.
Yeah, there you go. I like it when they talk about the social economic problems of the cities.
Yeah.
Instead of just saying, F whoever. Aaron, this year, as I resume watching the Lions' perpetual trudge to mediocrity, I cannot even curse Matt Millen along the way. With him being near death, I have to consider the fact that Matt Millen is an actual human being with feelings and family who care about him. Also, my fantasy team has been Die Matt Millen for a decade, so I probably have to change that now. Thanks, Lions. That's pretty good. I like that one.
That's good. Those are very well written.
All right, one more, Gene?
Yes.
Ryan says, fun fact, T.J. Lang, former Packer, was one of the least penalized players at guard when he played for that other team. Yeah, when he put on a blue uniform, he suddenly led the team and was third in the league at his position in penalties.
Wow.
There you go. That's what happens when you
That's a tough one.
play for the Lions.
That's a tough one, Lions. But they'll be good. Well, you never know. Maybe they won't. Maybe they're just getting stuck that way.
No. Well, Gene, I think we learned a lot.
We did. And I would thank you for that. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Chris, for teaching me.
The magic board is clear of topics.
Wow.
Of hot
good
debate.
for you. Look at you.
And
That's pretty amazing.
again, if you want to watch the broadcast, it's on Facebook. Just look up. You need to look up Midwest Sports Show, I think, or just look up Gene's or whatever. Also, it's going to be on YouTube. I'm going to start uploading this stuff to YouTube.
That's great.
And subscribe on iTunes and download the pure audio version for the home game. So, all right.
We'll be back together one more time before I head off to the great Midwest.
Right.
Hey, I'll be a roving reporter from the Midwest, just like you were.
All right.
So pretty cool.
All right. Get some notes. Write down some notes. All right. So for Gene Steichen, my name is Chris Stotts. It's been the Midwest Sports Show. We'll see you guys next week.
Have a great week, everybody.